scheduled 3 months from now.
Hi guys, welcome to my vids, welcome. We're gonna play Die of Death because I feel like it. By the way, ignore how I'm joining the game even. Die of Death is one of my favorite games. And Forsaken. A video of Forsaken is gonna come out later. I've been playing the game since... I'm trying to think of what computer. I was in the Arrow back when Shedletsky and Elliot cost money. Shedletsky costed 500 in-game dollars, and Elliot cost 450. By the way, you get 300 when you first get in the game, so. I mean, I did pay some Robux to get 300. Right? I had Robux back then. No Robux? By the way, this is not with Robux. You just make something creative out of it. A lot of people have asked how much Robux does this avatar cost you? I don't know about the face. I don't know how much it costs, but I know everything except the face like costs nothing. You could just get it. By the way, I customized it, and I will do a tutorial if you need to, if you want to get like a normal skull. So, Pursuer. I have now Badware. Pretty cool, right? I got Badware. Killjoy. Let's see what I get. Let's see.
2, 1. Fresh meat.
Ooh. Oh, good. This is amazing. Oh, I'm a medic. Medic. It's really good when I get to. See, I'm making healing pads because we're fighting Killjoy. You need healing pads when you're fighting Killjoy. Look at that guy. Look at him. He's murdering him. I will save the day. Help. Oh my god. Okay, I'm gonna medicate. No, I died. I got this. Alright. I'm gonna go spectate. Hashtag Egg Hunt Classics. Look at him. So retro. Hashtag Forsaken. I know there's hashtag Forsaken somewhere. I just need to know where it is. Hashtag Forsaken.
total cost of his channel had been building for months beforehand. Although the final nail in the coffin was an ill-fated beef with Penguin Zero, who also covered news and drama, although with one major difference. Each creator's level of integrity. While Critical only covers topics that he's qualified to speak on, Jeff Noodles began to wreck his image by covering anything and everything with a sloppy, embarrassing research. For example, back when James Charles was being accused of grooming, a comedy TikToker named Savvy Seth obviously faked James Charles' chat log, captioned with the hashtags funny and me.
Honestly, nobody watches my channel, which makes me a little bit sad. But honestly, I hope this video gets like at least one view from somebody not from my family. Hashtag so nostalgic. So retro. Feel by.
Summarized by comment reading, it's been spiraling since the Keemstar lawsuit announcement. This is where Jeff Noodles' life completely.
Alright, y'all. Another round.
Jeff Noodles went on to do this to another YouTuber named Papa Guts, while adding put this MF on a watch list. He looks mad and suspicious. When people called Jeff Noodles out for doing the same thing he was suing Keemstar for, Jeff Noodles claimed he hadn't wronged Papa Gut in any way because 1. My bio says comedian, 2. Since 2019 I've said I covered news as a joke and wasn't meant to be taken seriously, and 3. Saying someone looks like a pedo isn't an accusation, especially when they objectively look like a pedo. As a result, Papa Gut broke down live on stream.
Me, it's me. Your computer has been hacked with a virus. Run away.
2, 1.
Your message. Your computer has been hacked.
I have a background in comedy. I trained literally for years as an improviser. I've performed in basically every major theatre.
No one touches my computer! By the way, I technically did rage quit. I don't like being killer because I keep getting team on.
Jeff Noodles clearly couldn't see that he wasn't as good as he thought. However, this didn't stop him from opening his own 50-person comedy club, christening the venue with an event called Super Roast Battle. It ran for an hour and a half and was streamed to a live audience on both Twitch and YouTube, leaving no space for mercy if the event was a total failure, and a total failure the event would certainly be. The first 24 minutes saw the audience sitting there waiting, and it's therefore no surprise they weren't exactly hyped when Jeff Noodles finally started the show. Alright, Ellie, are you ready? You ready?
If I'm the human,
These 24 silent minutes were spent setting up the unprepared lighting and sound, which clearly hadn't been checked or rehearsed. although things only got worse when the roast actually started.
You look like you woke up in a dumpster.
Probably. You're like my cousin if you were a girl.
Thank you. I bet you cried when you got those tattoos.
I did. Jack Noodle spent the hour telling the worst jokes the world had ever heard. In the process, picking up on one-week Twitch man for something said by one of the roasters. The event was so heavily criticized by the internet. Definitely not. Guys, just I cannot believe what I just witnessed. I made Jack Noodle convinced himself the show was successful since it started to trend on Twitter, although it seemed his attitude changed completely. When Penguin Zero uploaded, I've never seen something this horrible.
This was a complete fucking disaster. On a level I haven't seen before. Imagine Fire Festival, but if it actually happened, it was worse than anyone could have imagined.
Critical gave a different take on why the show was a total failure.
Nobody knew each other. Literally nobody. So all they can do is roast each other's appearance because they don't know them.
Before offering a couple roasts of his own.
Like, this is what happens at like a middle school lunch table. It's like that episode of SpongeBob. Hey, so what's up with salt shakers? Oh, brother, this guy stinks.
However, Deaf Noodles couldn't handle his basic criticism, as he'd respond with his own video titled My Apology to Moist Critical for First Super Roast Battles. Deaf Noodles spent the video sarcastically pretending he wasn't hurt.
Greatest crime that I committed was to cause the great voice critical. Cringe. I'd like to extend my sincerest apologies for causing cringe while watching my roast battle. I am sitting here ludicrously buckling to my knee, self-deprecatingly acquiescing to the ultra-great voice critical.
Joking he deserved the highest form of punishment for his failed comedy show.
Not only should I have been arrested and sent to the gulags, but I should have also been forced to live the rest of my miserable existence be waterboarded while wavy shark plays on loop at max volume in the background, and two CIA torture experts electrocute the tip of my penis with tweets.
In the 6 hours that followed, Deaf Noodles received a 90% dislike ratio, a loss of 3,000 subscribers, and thousands of comments completely and utterly wrecking him. This is obviously trying to be ironic, but the layers of actual self-pity and insecurity make this very hard to watch. You can tell Charlie hurt his feelings. This is cringier than the roast battle itself, so much that Critical came back to spank him again.
This is going to be me talking about his response video, which I think is a very important lesson in how not to handle controversy.
However, the most notable announcement for the previous two videos was that Deaf Noodles had doubled down by scheduling another roast battle,
The only way for me to make this situation right again is to produce another roast.
which somehow became even worse than the first one.
Alright, so Deaf Noodles posted another one of his roast battles, and somehow outdid himself. I could never stop watching. I've never seen anything like this.
Because rather than casting a bunch of local comics, Deaf Noodles chose to invite his mortal enemy Salvo Pancakes, who filled the audience with his fans who were there to cause chaos. The audience sat there waiting even longer than the first battle, and when Deaf Noodles finally walked out from the back, his roasts were physical rather than verbal. After shoving Salvo Pancakes, he'd get his revenge by walking through the crowd and onto the stage, signing his own Salvo Pancakes posters, completely disrupting the show. This should have been the perfect chance for Deaf Noodles to roast his enemy, although in true Deaf Noodles fashion he hadn't prepared material and would instead get roasted by Salvo.
If we were here, there'd be nobody in the crowd.
After having a drink thrown on him, Salvo was forced out of the show by security, with the second Super Roast Battle's terrible mismanagement giving Penguin Zero a fresh new video.
At first I thought this was staged, because it looks like something straight out of the WWE. I was half expecting Stone Cold Steve Austin to come out with a beer and a chair and hit Deaf Noodles in the back with it.
With comments such as, I like how Charlie has had this same format and style for years, and is still funnier than Deaf Noodles would ever be, Deaf Noodles' image was dying with every passing hour. The headshot came with Penguin Zero's fourth Deaf Noodles video, totaling over 10 million views worth of Deaf Noodles Critical's criticism, which could have easily been avoided by ignoring Critical's first video. When combined with all of his previous controversy, Def Noodle's monthly viewership went from 4 million to 400,000, although despite already losing 90% of his fan base, he somehow still had further to fall. His news-related content became low-effort challenge videos, while an attempt to pivot to interviews also failed to make a difference. More than 1 year after the roast battle incident, every video was still getting at least 50% dislikes, and a bunch of comments along the lines of 1.5k views in 15 hours is crazy, but it's mind-blowing when you realize Dennis has over 500k subs. Who's watching these videos? Lining up interviews for a non-existent audience wasn't exactly worth it, so he'd instead fall in love with his own failure by uploading a video titled Unsubscribe Challenge.
I want to challenge everybody who's watching this video and is subscribed to this channel to unsubscribe. I want to see if we can break the record of being the most unsubscribed channel in the history of this platform.
This would mark the first of many insane Def Noodles ramblings, including I'm fat, I'm a loser, and what the unsubscribe challenge was too.
You know, I don't ask for much in life. One of those things would be for you to unsubscribe right now.
Which many of his audience were happy to oblige. Over on Reddit, OKP compiled 20 different videos which failed to achieve a single view despite being hours old, while a different user questioned if Def Noodles had the least watched channel views to subscribers ratio. Ironically, Def Noodles has since tried to mirror Penguin Zero by launching Def Noodles View, and while some of his takes are surprisingly well put, his thumbnail game and more notably his reputation are still in need of some serious work. Ventilect is still posting videos, but ever since his expose, he's lost all support on basically every platform. TikTok was where he started, and you might describe his style as laughing at the most basic memes he stole from Reddit. The format was extremely consistent. He'd put himself at the bottom and the meme at the top, then just read exactly what it said. But whilst reading the final word, he'd always force the fakest laugh, as if the sentence was just too funny to finish.
I once dated this girl who spoke so much about her ex that even I end up missing it. This is the only call I want. Healthy relationship. I must be blocked from it or something. I don't know what this dog is going through, but I can relate to the core.
The content was repetitive and completely devoid of effort, initially catching the attention of Nick Is Not Green, who was the first to slam Ventilect in the video shown on screen.
You're reading something that somebody else wrote, and then you just laugh at it. That's it. That's the whole thing.
Within months, this was echoed by multiple YouTubers.
Ventilect sucks, dude. I don't like the types of videos you make. You know you're not enjoying it.
While even Billie Eilish roasted Ventilect for his incredibly fake laugh. However, it didn't seem like Ventilect was doing anything wrong, and by watching his videos, he seemed like a friendly guy.
It is so awesome to be able to make people laugh just by sharing the tweets
Pop.
that I think are funny and like bringing them to life in a way.
And he definitely felt genuine when talking about his fans.
One of my favorite things about social media is that I have people that I can communicate with, engage with. I kind of pride myself on being one of the creators who actually responds to DMs, takes feedback from fans.
Ben believed he was being attacked because of the following reason.
You're just an easy target because you're almost obnoxiously like happy. And that's like how I am in general.
Although it'd be through another Nick Is Not Green video where the Ventilect false kindness began to get exposed. Nick revealed that Ben had copyright struck the previous video he'd made on him.
Not just copyright claim, but copyright strike by video.
Oh, I forgot I was still recording, y'all. Anyways, bye. I'm gonna play the game.